I hope everybody is doing fine. We are doing super fine here in beautiful Greece. We are parked just by the beautiful sea here. Over there, in the sand beach. I hope we don't get stuck. This beach is supposed to be a nice sunset beach, so let's hope we can see beautiful sunset, because we have been in the east coast most of the time here in Greece and we have missed all the sunsets, only seeing beautiful sunrises. So now it's time for a change. Today is our beach day and it means we are going to just kick back and relax. There's not that many camper vans, so everybody can have like the private isolated spot here and we can go swim there naked, so we don't have to wear like yucky wet gross bathing suit that takes hours to drive.
Another Chinese stuff that I actually can recommend. Astra AI pump. You can find it from Amazon and we bought it before this trip for the off-road situation. So if we need to lower our pressure on the front wheels so we can get away from somewhere. But yeah, it takes approximately 4 or 5 minutes to fill up the tire that is drivable and another 5 minutes to fill it up to. Dogs, again, they are everywhere. There are 3 million dogs in Greece, stray dogs, and it's growing like 10% every year or more. It's getting out of hand again. So I don't know how they're gonna actually manage with the situation that every place where you go is a stray dogs. They are some hunting dogs that are bred with the mixed dogs here on the beach. There was 8 puppies early this summer on this beach, and those are the puppies. They are growing here on the beach. Yeah, I can see that on the Park4Night and Google reviews from this place. Yeah, pretty nice beach. Some people here middle of the winter. I don't blame. This is quite nice. Middle of nowhere, like our van is there and a couple of other vans. Some summer houses there that are not occupied, so perfect place to spend even longer periods of time. Yeah. And of course, one thing, you can park your van just by the beach. There is I think 5 beaches in total here that are this kind of abandoned places. Really nice beach, clear blue water, which you cannot actually see at the moment because the sun is so down at the moment. But if we would have a sunny situation on the daytime, then it would be seeing like the last place, totally blue water around. Yeah, good place. There is a 4G antenna, so we have a really good internet in here. Still using Cosmote. Some problems with it. The prepaid works only in the summer months. I think because of the tourists. We cannot get the unlimited anymore after 2 weeks time. So it wasn't that expensive. €9 for 2 weeks of unlimited internet, but we're gonna actually change to Vodafone. They don't have that good coverage as Cosmote, which is the best coverage in Greece, but they are not far behind. And we did use Vodafone last trip, so we know that it works wherever we need it. We don't actually care if, for example, this kind of places where you are in some kind of bay surrounded by hills and you don't get any 4G connection. We can be offline for days and then upload the videos when we get back to the civilization. Actually, it's It's much better when there's no internet, there's no people. When there's a bad road going there, there's no other people. When it's not looking like the parking lot, there's no other people.
This is our beach day setup. It's too hot to be bathing in a Greece sun, so we just chill in our van. We have a data cable going there where Joni can play his games and browse internet, and of course we have these lovely sheep with us.
And goats and the shepherd dog. So everyone is enjoying their day in the shade of our van because it's too hot. It's surprisingly hot. I was there on the sun like 1 hour and it was too much. He's a lazy guy when nothing happens, but when something happens, then he's doing his job well.
It's his duty.
Duties.
Yeah, luckily we can always open almost every window in our van, so we can have this nice sea breeze and we can just chill here in a shade. This time we have to look the fields and plains and not the sea because it's too hot where the sea is. Yeah, I love these windows a lot. It's not hot in a van because of the constant airflow. Yeah.
Yeah, what comes to the rules of wild camping in Greece, camping behavior itself is illegal and can get you €300 fine. That is the fact, how it is written in the law. But they don't really enforce it. In some places, yes. In some time of the year, yes. But not really actively. You really need to do something more stupid to get that €300 fine. If we use awning, it's just daytime, couple of hours, and then it's gone. Just for the most warmest time of the day we are using, so it makes shade on the side of our van. But yeah, you don't get fines for it, and I think half of the people do some kind of camping here behavior. For example, taking chairs and tables out and those kind of things. You really need to do something more stupider to get that €300 fine. Yeah, there are some comments on Park4Night for getting the fine for €300, but there are really specific places. For example, just two golfs behind us, there is a hotel that owns the whole golf, the land there, and it's a huge hotel, and that is the only place that I have actually heard somebody getting that €300 fine. But sometimes be careful when you are reading the comments on Park4Night, for example, of somebody getting €300 fine. Go to their profile and see if they have actually used the Park4Night. Or are they just maybe locals putting comments? It's quite common in Spain, we noticed, and in Portugal, to put really negative comments to some places, and then people don't go there anymore because people go only to the places that are by other users think that it's a good place to camp or good place to spend a night. Yeah, for example, this place. You can see year-round people using awnings and lots of caravans or trailers here, and nobody bats an eye. So yeah, usually you can get a hint of what you can do in certain places from the pictures, and it's not just the tourists that come here. For example, we have there a couple of motorhomes that are from Greece, so local people coming here to spend a weekend. We had our beddings here warming up and drying up because it has been really moist past week or so. So we actually took them out and tried them here. But again, they were there for I think 1 hour and then they were gone. So we are not making like a permanent plots. Permanent plots. Let's talk about also about those. There are people that come here to Greece to spend the whole winter, like us. They might have their regular spot that they go every winter and spend the whole winter there. And those are also really specific places. Police doesn't hassle them. Locals doesn't hassle them. Why? Well, because they chose the place accordingly. So some place where it's not a local beach, where people go there just for the beach, they don't occupy anyone's other's property front, and basically they are not making any fuss about themselves, just enjoying winter there in one place for a whole winter. Usually on those places it's like abandoned place like this, and it's middle of nowhere, but still there is a water and dumping place around the corner. But for example, on that beach there's 2 trailers permanently. There's one guy living on the end of the beach permanently, like winter and summer. He's a local guy who's living there. Orange Beach has a guy who lives there for a full year. So there are lots of people that are living in these places for maybe winter time, somebody the whole year around. Yeah. But we are always trying to obey the laws. You can get fines. You have to be ready to get fines for it. But if your mind is that it's not bothering anyone that we are using the awning for a couple of hours here, even if there's a fine for 300 euros, then I think it's okay to put the awning. I wouldn't put awning if I see some summer house. There is actually one summer house, but it's a Bulgarian guy with the motorhome in some city central. But yeah, these are things always you are living not by the law, but beside the law. Yeah, Sarah is making us food. We have eaten our all storage food because we have been quite a long time on this peninsula and there's no grocery stores.
Yeah, we are eating leftover noodles and some smoked tofu, and our van gets so hot when we cook food here. So good thing that Joni put the awning on.
Yes. So
soon food.
Tofu and noodles. Our other fridge is empty, so we have actually put that off. We are now building our battery bank again to the top because it's sunny days, and then when we go to the grocery store we can buy whatever we want, how much we need.
So we don't have to check out for those tiny little packages. We can even buy in bulk our favorite stuff like a feta cheese. And oh yeah, I want to talk about the importance keeping up your normal diet. We haven't eaten feta cheese in several years because I made this silly rule that we are not allowed to buy it. It's so expensive everywhere except here in Greece. And then when we came to Greece we bought this big block, and normally we don't eat dairy products at all, and I think Joni is somewhat lactose intolerant, so he gets pretty bad gas after eating the cheese. And to me, I got the most horrible constipation. Now it has lasted for days. Good thing is that the toilet doesn't fill up, but I feel so bloated, and yeah, we should definitely eat more fibers. But now we are running out of our food, so that's why we have these noodles that is not very fiber rich. But yeah, maybe too much feta. Cheese is not really healthy for you, but it's so delicious.
Tamu.
Joo. Ylläri hyvinä nuudelit. Se on harva.
Before we can bring Pulla back to the van, so we can go sleepy. It's time to kill some flies. Greek beaches have always either flies or bees. You have to kill them before we can get Pula inside, because Pula gets anxiety about killing flies. Yeah, let's kill the flies and then we can enjoy the evening. We always talk that stray dogs are not aggressive. Yeah, they might actually get really protective of their territory in the night time, even if they are really friendly on daytime. So we have to always take care of that. That we are taking pull out when it's not really dark. Yeah. Our one is there. Sun is not setting there, but there's a sea, and there we have a sunset. This is actually the first sunset of this trip. So we have been following this eastern coast, so wherever we have been, there hasn't been any sunsets. So this is sunset we have seen in Greece. The first sunset.
We have to leave behind the beautiful, gorgeous beach because we were running out of water. We did do the dishes with the salty water, but water is kind of essence for this lifestyle. And now we are really happy that we scored this amazing tasting tap water. We are pretty self-sustained on our travels, but every week we have to find a fresh drinking water, and Joni is filling our 110 liter water tank, and now it's really good feeling that we can just continue our journey and find a beautiful place to spend the night and don't have to worry about the water. Yeah, this is like a routine that we do every week. If we really struggle, we can save the water almost 2 weeks and not go to the shower. But we generally do not want to do that because we believe using the water helps to keep our tanks clean. And of course, if your water sits too long in a tank, it's not that good water anymore. So that's why we are doing this every week.
It's been long since we have been able to use the hose to fill up the tanks. Usually we use the bucket to fill it up, so this is so much easier. And now when we have a totally empty tank, it's much easier. Yeah, this is a good example where I wouldn't be wild camping even on the off season. Well, maybe in the off season on the outskirts of this place. Otherwise, no. Because if you're wild camping between the summer houses and also the beach, you are like invading somebody's private view of the sea, which they have paid, and you will be evicted from there for sure. So that is one major thing that we don't do in any place. Even on the off-season time, we rarely do it. If we go to the towns, we go outskirts of the towns because there it might be like tolerated out of the season. Yeah, and in Greece and in other countries, it's always easy to find wild camping spots which are not like obstructing anyone's sunset views. Yeah, there was a house named Sunset Studios, so yeah, people are paying so they can see the sunset, not their motorhomes in front of them.